everyone, it's Nadia from YARNutopia. Today we are making number 168 granny square of our 365 days of granny squares. This one is so beautiful. It is called the Chrysanthemum Square, and it has a designed and written by Adeha, so make sure you check out the written pattern linked at the bottom of my blog. This one is using puff stitches. We're using cluster stitches and puff stitches today, so this is a really interesting design. It is not 3D, but it definitely has a lot of texture to it, and it's nice and fluffy. It'd be kind of cool to make a bunch of these squares and make a blanket. It would be like the warmest blanket you ever owned. So this is really cool, and it's pretty much a mindless pattern. You're just doing the puff stitches and the cluster stitches and then doing a simple border with the double crochet and single crochet, so it's super simple. The colors I'm using today, I'm just using two. I'm using Jade and Carrot in Red Heart Super Saver yarns. This is just a scrap yarn project, so you can use any type of scraps you've got lying around. This is a 10-ply yarn, so it's a size 4 medium weight, worsted weight yarn. You can use a double knitting or worsted weight yarn, totally up to you, whatever scraps you've got. We are demonstrating this video in an H size crochet hook, which is 5 millimeters, so make sure you have that handy, as well as a yarn needle and a scissor, because we'll be cutting our yarn and sewing in our ends, and those tools just come in handy in all of these squares that we're making. Before we start, I do want to mention, check out those links in the description of this video. There is a link to my blog, YARNutopia.com, where you'll find out where to get the written pattern for this project. In her pattern, actually in this chrysanthemum square, we are actually eliminating the very last step, which is a picot border. So if you want to, you can do that. The picot border starts actually after round 5 and is worked around this, and it's like a 3D design, which is really cool. So if you do make that part, if you check out the written pattern and make that part, there are photo tutorial area on that pattern. You can follow along with that and make that and share your photo with us on the Facebook and Instagram so that we can see. Speaking of Facebook and Instagram, check out the links in the description of this video to my Facebook page. Make sure you absolutely like the page and share your photo in the comment section of today's post on Facebook so that we can see your work, and I'd like to see your square today. Also, make sure if you share a photo on Instagram to hashtag 365 days of granny squares and hashtag YARNutopia. Our hashtag is growing like crazy. It's so fantastic. I'm actually going to check it right now. I wanted to see 365 days of granny squares. You can see there's almost 4,000 posts on there of the hashtag. Look at all these squares, you guys. This is so fantastic. So you can see on Instagram 3580 today. So make sure you're sharing all your photos and hashtagging 365 days of granny squares and show me what you're doing. Look at this one. They're doing stacks on stacks. That's so fantastic. So thank you so much for hashtagging so far and following me on Instagram. Make sure you follow me on Snapchat too. I was going to say Snapchat. Snap me your photos. I loved seeing your photos yesterday on yesterday's granny square. That was really pretty. So make sure you snap me as well. Follow me. I'm YARNutopia on Snapchat. And also I do want to say a big thank you to my dad, Fuad, Azmat, for taking the time to make these videos with us. He's our videographer, editor, and photographer for all of our videos. So make sure you subscribe to our channel here on YouTube. Click that red subscribe button at the top of this video, or it's at the bottom somewhere on this page. You will see the subscribe button. Make sure to click that and subscribe to our channel. And also, one last thing. If you have a chance, go to our channel on YouTube, and on the right hand side there's a blue button. It says support. Make sure to click that support button and support us in any way you can so that we can keep bringing you fantastic crochet tutorials. Thanks for watching, and let's get started in making number 168 granny square. Let's start out by making a slip knot. So put your short end over your long end, then fold this down, and then pull this through to make your slip knot. And now you can insert your hook, and I'm going to start out by chaining 5. You can start with a magic ring if you want to, but I'm going to start out by chaining 5. So yarn over, pull through, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then I'm going to go way over here to the first chain and make a slip stitch. So go into the first chain we made way over here, or the 5th chain from the hook, insert your hook, and then yarn over and pull through and through that loop on your hook. Just like that. So we've created a circle, a ring. So that's how I'm going to start. If you know how to do the magic ring, you can start that way. But now we are going to chain up 1, so yarn over, pull through, 1. And going on to round number 1, we are going to make a half double crochet cluster. And what that is, we are going to, it's basically like a puff stitch. So we're going to yarn over, go into the ring, okay, then yarn over and pull it through, okay, and then we're going to yarn over, go back into the ring, yarn over, pull through, and do that again, yarn over, go into the ring, yarn over, pull through. So you should have 7 loops on your hook, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to yarn over and pull through all 7 of those loops, okay. That in this pattern is called the half double crochet cluster. In normal patterns, other patterns, you may see this stitch as a puff stitch. So now we're going to chain 2, so yarn over, pull through, 1 and 2. We are going to put another half double crochet cluster into this ring here. So yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through. And one more time, yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, and then you have 7 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through all 7 of those loops. Okay, and now we're actually only going to chain 1. Okay, so yarn over and pull through 1. And now we're just going to repeat. So put a cluster, I'm going to call it a half double crochet cluster in this pattern because that's what the pattern says. So yarn over, go in to the ring, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through. So now we have 7 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over and pull through all 7 of those loops, and now we're going to chain 2. So yarn over, pull through, 1 and 2. Okay, so when there's a chain 2 space, that's our corner. When there's a chain 1 space, that's our side, okay, of the square. So now we're going to make a puff stitch, or cluster stitch. I guess I'm going to use them interchangeably. Yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, then yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over and go in, yarn over, pull through. So now we have 7 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 7 of those, and then just chain 1. Okay, we want to make sure that we have 8 of these half double crochet clusters. Okay, so I have 4 right now, so I'm going to make a half double crochet cluster, 3, 5, 7, and then pull through all 7 of those, and then chain 2, 1, 2, half double crochet cluster, 3, 5 loops, and 7 loops. Yarn over, pull through all 7 of those loops, and then chain 1. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have another 2 more to go. So just another cluster here. Okay, and since I only chained 1, I'm going to chain 2, 1, 2, and then I'm going to do another cluster, my last cluster, 3, 5, 7 loops, yarn over, pull through all 7 of those loops, and then just chain 1. And to finish this round, we are going to slip stitch to the beginning half double crochet cluster stitch right here. So not this chain up 1 right here, but we're actually going to go into the stitch, into the cluster stitch. So go in, yarn over, pull through, and through. Okay, so you can kind of see the square shape there. Okay, these are the corners, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now we can go right into round number 2. I'm actually not going to change color here. I'm not going to change color for the first 5 rounds here. So we're going to go in chain 1. So yarn over, pull through 1. And now we're going to half double crochet cluster into the chain 2 space right here. Oh, what is this? Okay, so we're going to go into this chain 2 space here. You know, you could actually slip stitch. So what I'm going to actually do is take that out, go into this chain 2, yarn over, pull through and through. Okay, start there. And then going on to round 2, like I said, chain up 1 here, and then we're going to put a half double crochet cluster into this chain 2 space. So yarn over, go into this chain 2 space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, go into the chain 2 space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, go back into the chain 2 space, yarn over, pull through. So you should have 7 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 7 of those loops. Then we are going to chain 2, so yarn over, pull through 1 and 2, and we're going to put another half double crochet cluster into the same chain 2 space. So yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through 3, 5 and 7. 7 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through all 7 of those loops, just like that. There we go. And then we're going to chain 1, so yarn over and pull through 1. Okay, now we are going to jump over to this chain 1 space right here, and we're going to put a half double crochet cluster in there. So yarn over, go in to this chain 1 space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 7 loops, and then chain 1. Okay, then we are going to, let's see here, go into this next chain 2 space right here and make our corner. So it's a half double crochet cluster. So you know how to do that. We did that all in round 1. So 7 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 7 loops, then chain 2, 1, 2, and then put another half double crochet cluster in that same chain 2 space. Okay, and then chain 1, jump into this chain 1 space right here and put a half double crochet cluster, and then chain 1, and now we're at the next corner. So you know what to do, just follow along if you have to with the written pattern, but make your half double crochet clusters, and in the corners be sure to chain 2 for the corners, and on the sides chain 1. And just repeat what we've been doing for this round. I'll meet you up when we are about to go on to round number 3. Alright, finishing this round, make sure to chain 1 and then slip stitch to the beginning cluster, this half double crochet cluster right here. So not this chain up 1 right here, but actually into the cluster stitch. We're gonna go in, oops, there we go, then yarn over, pull through and through. Now, again, I'm not going to change color at this point. You can if you want, and just start in a chain 2 corner space. I'm just going to slip stitch into this chain 2 corner space. So go in, yarn over, pull through, and now we're in there. I'm going to chain up 1, so yarn over, pull through. And now we're basically just going to repeat what we did for round 2. So put in the corners a half double crochet cluster. So 3, 5 loops and 7 loops, then yarn over, pull through all 7 loops, chain 2, 1, 2, and then put another cluster in that same space. 7 loops, yarn over, pull through all of those. Then we're just going to chain 1, and now on the sides we're going to work in these chain 1 spaces here. So we're going to put a cluster, half double crochet cluster in the chain 1 space. Then we're just going to chain 1, and then in the next chain 1 space here, we're going to put one of those half double crochet clusters in there. Okay, and then we're just going to chain 1, And now we're in the chain 2 space of the corner, so we're going to make our corners in there. So that is a half double crochet cluster, then chain 2, 1, 2, and then another half double crochet cluster goes into that same chain 2 space. So yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, and yarn over and go in, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over and pull through all 7 loops on your hook. And then we're just going to repeat what we did on this side for this side and each side around. So chain 1, in this chain 1 space on this side, put a cluster, then chain 1, hop into this chain 1 space here for a half double crochet cluster, and then chain 1, and then hop into this chain 2 space for the corner stitches. So that is a cluster, chain 2, and a cluster. So just repeat that all the way around, and then I'll meet you up and we'll go on to round 4 together. Alright, finishing this round, make sure to chain that 1 and then slip stitch to the beginning cluster stitch just like we did for round 2 here. We go not in this chain 1, but actually into the cluster stitch itself. So go in, yarn over, pull through, and through. Now if you want to fasten off and change color, you totally can at this point, but I'm not yet. I'm going to slip stitch into this chain 2 space. So go in, yarn over, pull through, and then chain up 1. I'm sorry, we're going on to round 4, chain up 2. So yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Round 4 says that we have to do a double crochet cluster. So not a half double crochet cluster anymore, we're working with double crochet clusters. And what that is, in this same chain 2 space, we are going to yarn over, go into the chain 2 space, yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over and pull through 2 loops, but hold on to that. We're going to yarn over, go back into the chain 2 space, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, again hold it. We're going to yarn over, go into that same space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, hold it again. We're going to yarn over, go back in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So now there are 5 loops on your hook. We're going to yarn over and pull through all 5 of those loops. Okay, that's our beginning cluster, but now they're going to be a little different here on out. We're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and we're going to make another double crochet cluster in the same space. So a regular double crochet cluster is yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Hold it. Yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Again, hold it. Yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And again, yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 loops on your hook. We're going to yarn over and pull through all 5 of those loops. And as you can see in the written pattern, at the top there's the notes section. You can see that it is explained how to do a double crochet cluster. Also how to do those half double crochet clusters from the previous rows we've been doing. So now going on to the next step, we're going to just chain 1, so yarn over, pull through. And now we're going to jump into this chain 1 space here and put a double crochet cluster in there. So again, yarn over, go into this chain 1, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Yarn over, go in to the chain 1 space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Yarn over, go back into the chain 1 space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And one more time, yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So now there's 5 loops on your hook. We're going to yarn over and pull through all 5 of those loops. And then we're going to chain 1. So yarn over, pull through. Okay, hop into the next chain 1 space for another double crochet cluster. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it should be partial double crochets of 4 stitches there. 1, 2, 3, 4. There should be 5 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through all 5 of those loops, and then chain 1. Okay, another one in here, this chain 1 space there. We're going to put another cluster, double crochet cluster here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then yarn over, pull through all 5 loops on your hook, and chain 1. So on the sides, we're just chaining 1 in between these clusters, but in the corners, so now I'm in the corner chain 2 space, we're going to put a double crochet cluster. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So then yarn over, pull through all 5 of those loops, and then in the corners, like I said, chain 2, 1 and 2, and then put another double crochet cluster in that same chain 2 space. So yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and one more time, yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and then yarn over and pull through all 5 loops on your hook. And now we're just going to repeat what we did on this side for this side and each side around. So chain 1, cluster in the chain 1 spaces and chain 1 in between them, and then in the corners put your cluster stitch, chain 2, and a cluster stitch in the same chain 2 space. So just do that all the way around. This is super simple, just kind of tedious with these clusters, but then I'll meet you up and we'll go on to round 5 together. Okay, don't forget to chain 1 at the end here and then slip stitch to the beginning cluster stitch. Okay, so not this chain up 2 here. You see 1 and 2. Actually go into this third one right here where it's actually the cluster stitch itself. So go in, yarn over, pull through, and through. Now, if you can change color at this point, that's totally fine. Just fasten off here and then slip stitch into, or start your new color in any chain 2 space. But I'm not going to change color yet. I'm going to go into this chain 2 space, yarn over, pull through and through for a slip stitch. And then we're going to go on to round 5. We're going to chain up 2, so 1 and 2. And we're basically repeating row 4, except there's 4 more cluster stitches in this round. So we're going to put a double crochet cluster stitch in here. So yarn over, go into the chain 2 space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and one more time, yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through all 5 loops on your hook, and then chain 2, 1, 2, and put another double crochet cluster stitch in the same chain 2 space. Okay, these are the same cluster stitches that we worked in round 4, so we're just working round 5 right now, just doing the same thing. Okay, so then chain 1, and then hop into the chain 1 spaces here and put your double crochet cluster stitches, and then chain 1 in between them like that, and then hop into the next chain 1 space and put your double crochet cluster stitch. So make sure that you do this with, then you have 5 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 5 loops, and then chain 1, hop into the next chain 1 space, and just repeat. And then in the corners, we're just doing the, in the chain 2 corner spaces, we're putting cluster stitch, chain 2, and cluster stitch. But on the sides, we're putting a cluster stitch in the chain 1 spaces, and then chaining 1 between them. Okay, just like that. So now I'm in the chain 2 corner space right here, so I'm going to put my corner. So just repeat, basically just repeat round 4 for round 5. Okay, and then once we are done with round 5, I'll meet you up. I'm going to change color for round 6. Alright, when I'm finishing this round here, I just wanted to make sure I had my chain 1 there, and we're going to slip stitch to the beginning cluster stitch. So remember in the last round I showed you not to chain, or not to slip stitch to this chain 2 here. 1, 2. We're actually going to go into the cluster stitch itself. So go in, yarn over, pull through, and through. Now at this point I'm going to change color. If you're not changing color, just slip stitch into the chain 2 space just like I showed you in my previous rounds, and then chain up 3 and go on to round 6 with me. But I'm going to chain 1 here, cut that, pull it through and pull tight. I'm going to insert my hook in a chain 2 corner space. Okay, I'm going to grab my new color, hook it on my hook, and pull that through. Okay, and then we're going to chain up 3, so yarn over, pull through, 1, 2, and 3. And now in this beginning chain 2 corner space, we are going to put 2 double crochet into this space here. So yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Okay, and then again, yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. So those are 2 double crochets, but it actually looks like 3 double crochets because that chain of 3 counts as a stitch. And then we're going to chain 2, so yarn over, pull through, 1 and 2, and we're going to put 3 more double crochets into the same chain 2 space. So yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, go back into the chain 2 space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and again another double crochet in there. Now the pattern says to double crochet in the next 12 stitches, and that includes the chain 1 spaces. And as you can see, these all look like stitches at the top here. So we are going to work in each one of those. Okay, so I'm going to go in, so yarn over, we're double crocheting. So yarn over, go into this first one. This would be the cluster stitch right here. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. Then yarn over, we're going to go into the chain 1, but I'm actually going into the chain 1. Okay, so you can see here there's 2 loops. There's the front loop and the back loop, just like that. We're going to go through both of those. Okay, and you can see underneath that there's 1 loop there. So we're going to go into this area. Okay, so yarn over, go in, then yarn over, pull through, then yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. Then yarn over, go into this next stitch. This one is pretty wide. You can see that area there. Go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. Okay, so that's 3 stitches. This chain 1 right here, we're going to go in, yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So we're just double crocheting across here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, here, then 9, 10, and whoops, 11, and 12. Okay, so you want to have 12 double crochets on the side until you hit the next chain 2 space right here. We are going to put 3 double crochet, chain 2, and 3 double crochet, all in the same chain 2 space of the corner. So I just put 3 double crochet, chain 2, and then 3 more double crochet in there. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so now we're just going to repeat what we did on this side for this side, and each side across each corner gets 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. Then we're going to just double crochet in the next 12 stitches, so that's each cluster stitch and each chain 1 space, and then I'll meet you up at the end of this round and we'll go on to round 7 together. Alright, once you put your last 12 double crochets on this side, make sure to slip stitch to the chain up 3 here. So let's count 1, 2, 3. Right at the top there, just insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and through. Now going on to our last round, this is optional. You could end at this point and just have your square like this. You kind of can see that it's kind of bowling up a little bit. You may want to block it, kind of flatten it out and stretch it out a little bit. But I'm going to go on to the last round, round 7. We're going to chain 1. This is just a single crochet round. So we're just going to single crochet into this chain up 3 right here. Go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Now in the chain 2 corner spaces, we're going to put a single crochet, chain 1, and a single crochet back in there. Okay? And then we're just going to single crochet along each one of these stitches on each side. And in the corner chain 2 spaces, just put a single crochet, chain 1, and a single crochet in the chain 2 corner spaces. But this round is super simple, just single crocheting all the way around. Once I'm finished with round 7, we'll fasten off. Alright, just finishing this round, we're just going to slip stitch to the very first single crochet here, okay, not this chain up 1, but actually into the single crochet, go in, yarn over, pull through, and through. And now I'm going to fasten off, so chain 1, cut your yarn, pull it through, pull tight, grab that handed-ended yarn needle, and sew in your ends. It's that simple. Now, like I said in the intro of this video, there is the picot border part, so you can go to the written pattern and check out that. If you scroll down underneath the pattern, there is that picot border area, like round that you can do. I'm not going to do that round, but you can do that round. If you do that round, make sure to share your photo. I'd like to see how it turns out on your squares. But I'm not going to do that round. I just like my square the way it is, so you can make yours like a 3D look and have that picot border. There are photos in the written pattern to show you how to do that picot border. So that's part of the reason why I'm not going to show you in video, because there's a great photo tutorial on that part in the written pattern by Nadia. So make sure you check that out. But there you have it. Number 168 Granny Square is complete. This looks so fabulous. I'm gonna go enjoy this. Like I said earlier though, you may need to block this, but it looks so cool. And it's not really 3D, but it definitely has some texture to it, so that's really cool. So thanks again for watching. Make sure to check out those links in the description of this video. Link to the blog, link to the Facebook, link to the Instagram. Make sure you're following me on Snapchat. Take your photo of today's square, pull out your phone right now, snap a photo of your square, and send it to me on Snapchat. And if you don't have a Snapchat, you should get one, because you can see behind the scenes clips of what we do here at YARNutopia headquarters. So get on that, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Happy hooking!